Following the Cabinet's decision to approve the timeline for the implementation of the wage protection system, the Minister of Labour and Social Development, Chairman of the Board of Directors of the Labour Market Regulatory Authority, Jamil Hameidan, issued Decision 22 for the year 2021 on the timeline of implementation of the wage protection system for workers in the private sector. The decision aims to ensure the regular and timely transfer of workers' wages to their bank accounts in addition to enhancing transparency and oversight. It will also support the judicial authority in settling wage-related disputes and play a key role in mitigating adverse effects on the labour market, most notably irregular work. To speak more about the matter, we are joined by the Deputy CEO for Operations and Information at the LMRA, Mr. Ali Al-Kohiji. Welcome to the news, Mr. Al-Kohiji.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you very much.
Can you please tell us more about the wage protection system in the private sector specifically?
Yeah, at the outset, I would like to thank you for hosting me on Bahrain TV, and I would like to take this opportunity to thank our government for the great effort that they made to providing all facilities to the employer and worker in Kingdom of Bahrain, especially in this period that the world is going through the outbreak of corona pandemic. In return for the question, I would like to point out that the Minister of Labour, Social Development, Chairman of Board of the Labour Market Regulatory Authority issued decision number 22 for the year 2021 on the timeline of implementation of the wage protection system for workers in the private sector. The wage protection system will be implemented for the commercial sector, where this decision aims to ensure regular and timely transfer of worker wages to the bank accounts, and where the employer is obligated to pay the wages of the employees through any of the payment methods facilitated by entities licensed by the Central Bank of Bahrain, which I mean is the bank or the payment service provider licensed by the CBB. On the other hand, the wage protection system will be applied on voluntary basis on the employers of the domestic worker. Also, commercial employers may start implementing the system before the initiation of the phases of implementation that includes them, which have been set out on the decision.
Yes. How will this system be implemented and how will it benefit the workers involved?
Yes. Mainly the implementation of this decision will roll out 3 phases, where the first phase will include employers who employ 500 workers or more, and it will begin in May 2021. The second phase includes employers who employ 50 to 499 workers, and it is implementation is scheduled to September 2021. While the third and the last phase includes employers who employ from 1 to 49 workers, and it is scheduled to begin in January 2022. Noting that there will be a grace period of 6 months will be provided to the employers to apply the provision of these decisions. This decision focuses in practice and in particular of protecting worker financial rights, which are governed by their contract, and a decision consists of strengthening efforts aimed by combating trafficking in person and forced labor by identifying suspicious cases that fail to pay monthly salary on time, which will help employers and employees to maintain a professional and stable work environment, which will facilitate greater productivity and ensure continuity of business growth.
Yes. Thank you very much for... Yes?
If I can add finally,
please do.
We urge employers to start implementing the process by opening bank accounts and start transferring the wage through the banks for all their employees prior to the decision implementation. Thank you.
That's perfect. Thank you for clarifying that. That was the Deputy CEO for Operations and Information at the LMRA, Mr. Ali Al-Kohiji. Thank you for being with us.